page, and I'm going to close that tab. Okay, and I'm waiting for the signal to go through, and should be there in a second. Okay, these are exciting moments. Waiting for the signal to go through to OneStream, and just a minute. The signal is on OneStream. I'm going to go live on Amazon Live. Okay, so I'm going to show you behind the scenes. Okay, I'm broadcasting from BeLive. Okay, let's put the logo on screen. That one. I'm broadcasting from BeLive, and I'm going from BeLive to OneStream, and then from OneStream to Amazon Live. Okay, hello Amazon Live. I was live a couple of minutes ago, and this is the internet, and something went wrong and the broadcast was stopped. So what I've done is I created a new broadcast on Amazon Live. I'm live again, and we'll just continue as nothing had happened. Basically, this is the internet. Things will occasionally go wrong, and I was stopped from broadcasting. But it was a technical fault and nothing to do with my end, unless, of course, I'll check the video back afterwards and see basically whether I did something I shouldn't have done. I don't think I did, but I did a moment ago actually zoom out and show you my office. And my office may well have been so untidy that Amazon decided that this should not be seen. Okay, anything can happen. Right, I'm happy to be back on Amazon Live, happy to be back on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for watching me on this Friday. It is currently just a showdown live. It is 10:44 on the East Coast. It's 15:44 in the UK. And we've just been talking about lights and the difference lights can make to a broadcast. This is still a work in progress. Okay, I'm going to put the lights back on again. This is still a work in progress. I'm going to be working on the lights all weekend. Logitech Litra lights, which are down in the carousel at the moment. Thank you for watching me on Amazon Live. And if you were watching me earlier, I'd like to say welcome back. Okay, if anything goes wrong, just start again. Simple as that. Okay, so we looked at Logitech Litra lights, and we looked at the Logitech C920X. I was talking, when my last broadcast stopped, I was talking about green screens and the importance of having a green screen if you want a near perfect picture. Okay, without a green screen, your image will be okay. With a green screen, it'll be near perfect. And just a reminder, we finished off with the Logitech C920X, which is down the carousel, includes 3 months of XSplit VCAM, and I gave you a demonstration of XSplit VCAM background removal software, which is included in the camera, which is $69.99. Okay, so that's the camera, and that's the camera that most of us start off with. Okay, it's this one. He said, Logitech C920X. I've had mine 6 years. It's still as good as new. In fact, I think it's still got some cellophane on there. Probably not. And as I said, you can actually mount it on top of your monitor like that. Okay, or you can actually screw in a tripod stand underneath, and then you can actually use it anywhere. Okay. Now, the camera you've been watching since this broadcast began is the Logitech Brio. And the Logitech Brio is the camera that I upgraded to. Okay. And it is 720p, 1080p, and 4K. So this is a 4K camera, and that's why I upgraded. Now, we can't broadcast at 4K at the moment. We don't have the internet infrastructure to broadcast at 4K. Just let me bring up the Brio. And the reason for mentioning the Brio today, besides my using it, is that it is 20% off. It's $159.99 today and 20% off. So it's no less than I paid for it, but I've had it 18 months, so no worries with that. 720p, 1080p, 4K. 4K is great for the more pixels there are. The P refers to pixels, the clearer the picture. That's the simple 720, 1080, and then 4K. I'm broadcasting to you today in 720 because that's the number of pixels that Amazon said we should use, and that's what I'm using. Okay, so you're not seeing this camera at its best, but it is a fair representation, and 720p is DVD quality. So it's the same quality as when you put a DVD in your DVD player, unless you have Amazon Prime, of course, in which case DVDs may well be a thing of the past. Okay, hasn't technology gone leaps and bounds in recent years? But the Brio is towards the top end of the Logitech microphones. This is the second Logitech product we've looked at today, and it's because of the quality of the engineering and the fact that it is plug and play. You can take the Logitech Brio and plug it into your PC or Mac, and it will simply work straight away out of the box. You don't need any software. But if you do get some software, you have greater control over your camera. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tell you about software that you can download from Logitech.com to actually control your camera. I'm going to share screen, and that's going to take me a second. And I'm going to share an app, and it's that app. No, it's not. Just a minute. That's the app. Okay. And I'm going to bring the app on screen with me. Okay, so I'm sharing the application, and you can go, if you own a Logitech camera 920, 922, 925, 930 or the Brio, you can go to Logitech.com and you can download. I'm going to hide that. I'm going to hide that. Okay, so next to me now, this is the software, and you can go to Logitech.com and you can download Logitech Capture. And this is Logitech Capture's younger brother that I'm showing you on screen, simply because it is easier to demonstrate. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is going to go side by side, and I'm going to just tweak my studio a little bit so that you can actually see the results of what's about to happen. You ready for this? Okay. Now I'm doing this live. Anything can happen and probably will. Okay. This software is free. Go to Logitech.com site, search for Logitech Capture, and you'll find two programs, Logitech Capture and the one I'm about to show you. Okay, they have the same functionality. So what I'm doing with this, you can do with Logitech Capture. Okay, Logitech Capture does a little bit more, but for the purposes of demonstrating a camera, this is what we want. So first thing I can do, I'm going to go side by side so you can actually see. I'm going to take the logo off. The logo is for Be Live, and I'm broadcasting from Be Live today. And the first thing I can do is on the right hand side, you can see that I can zoom. So I can zoom in. Yeah, I can zoom in further and can become a giant. Don't want to frighten you, but that's what that looks like on the screen. Okay. We don't want that. We definitely don't want that. We want to get rid of that. So let's shrink back down. Okay. Now what you want is you want to have headroom. When you're working out how you want to look on camera, do leave headroom. Yeah. Because people don't want to see your forehead. They're happier. People are happier when they can see everything. Yeah, it's just a fact that people are happy when they can see everything. Don't cut off the top of your head. So that's zoom in and out. I can pan up and down. Remember, top of the head, don't have the top of your head off screen. Okay. I can pan left and right. Okay. And come back again. Now, Logitech cameras, in fact, most cameras have 3 fields of view. They can do 90 degrees, they can do 78 degrees, and they can do 65 degrees. What I'm going to do now is I'm on 78, I'm going to go for 90. And if I go side by side and press 90 in a second, what you will see is that you're actually going to see more of my office. Okay, so it's moving further away from me. It's shrinking me. 78 is what I normally go on, okay, which is pretty tight. And 65 is even tighter. You're closer up on me. So let's go back to 78. So you've got 3 fields of view: 65, 78, and 90. Find the one that you're most comfortable with. That's the whole point of doing this, so that you are comfortable on camera. Yeah. If you're comfortable on camera, people will sense it. So how you look on camera is important. Lighting we've covered. Now we're covering how to set your camera up. In addition to zooming, tilting, and going sideways, you can change the brightness of the camera. That, I would suggest, is too bright. I would suggest that is too dark. The default on Logitech cameras is you set the brightness to 50. Okay, so now set it to 50. So that's set to 50. The next thing you can do is you can actually alter the color intensity. So I can put color in and go bright red. I can color out and go almost sepia. Okay, and there may be a case for actually using this, but you decide how much color you want in your image. And I've gone for, I want to go for 50. Okay, just let me go down a little bit. 55, 51. Okay, that'll do. Okay, so that's the color intensity. Contrast, you can change the contrast and you could experiment with that. But again, when you've finished, you actually go back to 50. Again, this is all personal taste. What you're actually doing is working out whether the camera is right for you. Auto white balance. In a low light situation, auto white balance can help. Okay, if you've got low lights, using auto white balance can actually help you. And finally, auto focus is no longer needed. You don't need it in any of the broadcasts that you do. Okay, so we are looking at the controls that you can download for free from logitech.com. Go for Logitech Capture, and for this second piece of software, download them, and you've got complete control of your camera. Now, what I tend to do is on a Sunday night, I make sure everything's working. I make sure my microphone is working. I make sure the camera is working. I make sure that I'm the center of the screen, that I've got headroom. And over this weekend, I'll be making sure that I am not too shiny. Okay, I only got the lights yesterday, so we're on a journey, and the journey's the fun. So over the weekend, I'm going to experiment with the Logitech Litra lights and report back to you on Monday. Okay, thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live. If you think you've seen me before today, you have. If it's the first time you see me, welcome to the show. Let's just go back again. Welcome to the broadcast. This is a lights, camera, action with Steven Healey, and you're watching. Let's just change something. Okay, I want to change something. Okay, that's better. You're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. I live in a place called Devizes, population 23,000. We are 97 miles from London. We are 30 minutes from just a minute, 30 minutes from here. Okay, 30 minutes from Stonehenge. If that's on your bucket list, then just knock on the door and ask for a cup of tea, and we can share a cup of tea. Okay, you're more than welcome to visit. Stonehenge, great place to visit, and I'm going to talk about Stonehenge further in this broadcast. Okay, so that's that. Okay, now I want to show you something which has changed the way that I broadcast. As you can see, I'm going to hide that because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to bring this in. As you can see, I've got two cameras on screen. On the left is Logitech Rio. On the right is the Obsbot Tiny. And the Obsbot Tiny is just my favorite, one of my favorite cameras. It just is. Okay, and I'll show you that shortly. But at the moment, it's actually concentrating on my desktop. Okay, now I've just lit the desktop. Okay, and I'm going to take off, I'm going to make one change, just change things up a bit. So this is my iPad. There is an iPad down in the carousel. I used to be a total Windows Android guy. In order to actually broadcast on here today, I had to have either an iPhone or an iPad. I bought this iPad back in August 2021 when I started broadcasting Amazon Live. I love it more each day. It's so fast. An iPad is so fast. You'll find the iPad down in the carousel. There are so many apps available on the iPad. My eyes have truly been opened by the quality of this. Okay, it's now highlighted and it's got 4.5 stars, which is pretty good. So this is it. This is my iPad. And this is the program that's controlling the broadcast. Now, if you've any questions at all during this live broadcast, then please do ask. If I know the answer, I'll try my best. But to answer you. But in addition to that, this is the piece of kit that has changed my broadcasting life. You see, I wanted to have two cameras. That is me. Yeah. Hello. I wanted to have two cameras on screen, and that means having two cameras connected to my PC. I shrink myself. That means having two cameras connected to my PC. This unit, which I'm going to show you now, is made by Anker. Okay, Anker are known for making high quality, long lasting products and also stylish. The unit I'm going to show you now is here. That's it. I'm going to put it down a bit, left a bit, over a bit. There it is. This is just so simple yet so powerful. And I know how powerful it is. When you get your PC or your Mac, you only have so many USB-A ports. Yeah, there are only so many of these ports on the machine, and the problem is that you've got to have a microphone, you've got to have a camera. Yeah, you may well have an external hard drive or a DVD player. There's so many things you can plug in using a USB-A lead. You never have enough. Okay, and I wanted to have two cameras, so I bought this unit here, which is the Anker 4-way USB-A hub. I unhooked my camera and I plugged this hub into my PC, my Microsoft Surface Book 2, which is down the carousel. That allows me to have now, I've got one of the lights in there, I've got my camera in there, I've got my microphone in there, and I've got the second camera in there. So all those are being driven by $16.99 unit. And I've got to say, it is an Amazon bestseller. It's my best purchase of 2022. Books for power. This is, it's got to be in everybody's tool bag. Yeah, because you're always going to be a USB port short. Yeah, and what you want is this unit. I can't, well, it is working now. I mean, you can see it's driving two cameras and it's driving the microphone. Yeah, so I can't say better than that. He said pulling the microphone. Just notice I'm moving the microphone nearer to me. Okay, that might improve the quality of the sound. Okay, so this is the Anker 4-way USB hub, and I basically, it has changed. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. It has changed the way I broadcast in 2022, and it's only $16.99. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to go over. Oh, I'm going to come back to me. Okay. What I'm showing you today is equipment that's in my carousel that I use on a daily basis. I have two things that have been sent to me. One is the HD77 from TrebLab, and the other is the carpal tunnel mouse. Every other item in the carousel I actually own. I use it every day, and when I talk about it, I talk about it from experience. If you've got any questions about anything that I'm highlighting today, then please do ask. If you're enjoying what I'm talking about today, then please follow me. Okay, following it from my point of view and from all the independent broadcasters, we don't work for Amazon. Okay, we are independent, like you, small businesses broadcasting on Amazon Live, marketing. We're all independent. We do work together, we do support each other, and we do help each other. But we are independent, and the opinions you're actually getting are honest and open because it's equipment that we use. Now, because I bought everything in the carousel, of course I'm going to like it. I wouldn't have bought it and kept it if I didn't like it. But if there is a problem with it, then I will tell you what the problem is. I'll be open about it. Okay, so you are getting, oh, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to Mitchell and thank you to Michael. Brilliant. Because the thing about following is you've helped make my day, the two of you, Michael and Mitchell. Thank you very much. The thing about this is we are independent, and in order to go up the ladder, you need to have more and more followers. Now, you're watching Steven live from Wiltshire, England. I'm one of 5 Englishmen broadcasting on Amazon Live, and we're all proud and happy and joyous to actually be here, to be on Amazon.com.live, and we so enjoy actually being here. Myself and Nick Wood, you can catch myself and Nick Wood, who lives in Hampshire. We'll be live 9 a.m. Eastern on Monday, and you can catch my broadcast 9 a.m. Eastern every day. And the fact that the two of you have followed, absolutely awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because followers mean credibility in Amazon's eyes, and that's why it's important. Now, for you, okay, for you, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my screen for a moment. So forgive me for a moment. There is, if I go share screen here, okay, or here, just a minute, just a second, we'll get this right, second time round. So I'm going to share live, I'm going to share with you Amazon Live. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to here. Okay, this may or may not work. Okay, but it should. It should. Okay, so let's go here. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add it to the broadcast. I'm going to, when I get over here, I'm going to switch its sound off. Okay, and I'm going to take myself off solo. I'm going to hide the desktop, and this is live. You can see it's live. You can see the top of my head, and that's going to go picture in picture in a moment. But the reason I want to show you this is to explain something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hop over here. I just want to explain what Amazon Live is all about, just for 2 minutes. Just grant me 2 minutes to actually to show you this. When you follow somebody and you go to amazon.com/live, you will see the people you're following down the left-hand side of the screen, and you will see whether they're live or not. If you go to the following tab, you will see everybody you follow, and you'll see whether they're live or whether in actual fact there is a replay that you may have missed, and you can watch the replay. When you watch a replay, and let's just take one, okay, when you watch a replay, the carousel is still active, so you can find out what items, okay, and that's live. Okay, that's Marco on the right and Ryan on the left. They're actually live at the moment. That's their carousel, and what you can do is you can actually type a message, and when you type a message, hello from the UK. Does that look okay? No, Neely. Hello. Okay, I'm using Grammarly. Okay, so as soon as I type the message shows up on the right-hand side. I'm already following them, and that means I may get notified of their shows. The other thing I can do is I can unmute. Okay, so that's just a quick look at what you can do on any Amazon Live broadcast. You can comment. The comments disappear after the broadcast. You can follow. It means you get to know about future shows. You can watch live, you can cheer, and you can unmute. Okay. Ryan and Marco are independent broadcasters. Ryan is in Canada, I think, hopefully, and Marco is most definitely in Portugal. Okay, and they're both good friends, and it's just good to actually see them live working together. Okay, and they're live on Marco's page, they're live on Ryan's page at the same time. So that's just a quick segue, and I've got a question coming in, and the question is from Mitchell. Does the Anchor USB support microphones and cameras? Yes, it does. Yeah, let's just go back a minute. Okay, and I need to bring this up on screen. Thank you for the question, Mitchell. Just a second. Okay, yeah, the Anchor USB here, I have two cameras, sorry, I've got a camera, a microphone, one of the lights, and the second camera actually plugged into here. This is a powered USB, so I've been using this for 2 months now, and I know for a fact that my Logitech Brio is in here, my Overspot Tiny is in here, my Logitech Litra light is in here, and also I've got 4 things plugged in, and they all work as if they were plugged directly into my Microsoft Surface Book 2. Yeah, I was blown away by the price for it and the fact that it worked. Okay, so it's been working well for 2 months. I haven't had a single problem. I haven't had a single cutout, nothing at all, honestly. Yeah, it just simply works. And for $16.99, it is just good to have it just when you run out of USB ports. So yeah, thank you for the question, and you're more than welcome. Right, okay. Now here's the question. I'll research it for my next broadcast, but there is an iOS equivalent. Yeah, so this is PC. If you click the link on the product itself, that will take you off to the Amazon.com page for the 4-way USB hub, and you may also you should see the iOS version of this unit, which would drive an iPad. So there is a unit which is Windows. There is a unit which is Apple iOS, okay, and does exactly the same job, because never enough ports on a Windows machine, never enough ports on a Mac. So you should be able to find it. If you don't find it, then I'll bring it into my carousel for my broadcast on Monday. If you check out me on Monday, then it'll be in the carousel, the direct link to the Apple equivalent. It's a good idea. I should have it there. Okay. But I don't have, I mean, I've got an iPad, obviously, but I don't have, yeah. Anyway, right. Okay. Thank you for the questions. And I'll just bring it up. So yes, there is basically an equivalent for the iPad, and that was the Anchor 4-way 4-port USB hub. Okay, so now I used to be all about desktop broadcasting. Yeah, I've been 6 years. I've been doing this. I've been broadcasting since the days of Blab. Since days when Facebook Live started, I've been live broadcasting, enjoying every moment of it. And then last March 2021, I actually discovered mobile broadcasting. I haven't looked back. Okay, so what we're going to go on to now is why mobile broadcasting. I'm just going to find the start of this bit. Okay, why mobile broadcasting is so much fun. Okay, now in order to start mobile broadcasting, you need a piece of kit. You don't. It's not Anchor. Okay, it's not this microphone. The piece of kit that you need, and it's not Stonehenge. The piece of kit that you need is this. Contortions is this, and this is either iPhone or Android phone, and you have your phone, okay, and you want to go out. So I've got that. That's the carrying case, okay, and then this is the home gimbal, okay. Now all you do is you take your mobile phone, said mobile phone, take the case of it off it and put it in the clamp, okay, and it just fits in the clamp with it set the okay, with the lens at the top, okay, camera at the top. Then all you need to do with this unit is just switch it on. It will then calibrate, and you'll end up with your camera in, it's not going to behave, is it, in that position, okay, and you're carrying your camera like that or like that, okay. There are two reasons why you should have a gimbal if you're shooting mobile video. First one is that mobile phones are expensive, and if you're filming on your mobile phone and recording on your mobile phone, if you drop your mobile phone, that's not good. So your concentration is actually on holding this as tight as you can. Okay, if you put your, that was a good catch, if you put your phone in the gimbal, then you are offering your phone greater protection. Okay, the second thing is this, that if you shoot video on your mobile phone, as you go up and down, the film goes up and down, the video goes up and down, and that's a problem. Yeah, the problem with that is that nobody wants to watch it. I mean, it's great for doing a home movie. You could do a home movie, but to get the picture steady, you need a gimbal. Yeah, and the phone goes in the gimbal. Now, Angelica and I are fortunate to be able to go out and visit country houses, castles, and national monuments. And I'm going to show you now clips from a video made with the home gimbal. And I don't know where should we go today? Okay, I'm going to go to I'm going to go here. No, I'm going to go there. No, I'm going to go to one of my favorite ones. Just give me a second. Okay, and okay, I'm going to show it in the broadcast. Okay, so this video that I'm about to show you was created using the home gimbal. And what we're going to do is I'm going to hide my desktop again, and we're going to play the video. And this, well, it's self-explanatory. Salisbury is a cathedral city about 90 miles away from London. It's a place of pilgrimage. It was built in the 11th century, and we're going to take a little tour inside. Walk around, and it is a great place to visit. There's something about Salisbury. And say hello to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Twitch. Hopefully I'm live on my website too as we take this walk around Salisbury Cathedral. This is going to be a short broadcast, but hopefully it's a successful one. I can't see your comments because I'm actually just following around the cloisters. Okay, now the plan is we'll walk around the four sides of the cloisters and try and avoid people. But Salisbury for centuries has been a place of pilgrimage, just in the same way that pilgrims in Spain go on pilgrimages. Then this is one of the places that people from Europe used to come and visit. We're about to go past a door in a moment, a very special door. So we head towards the end of the corridor. And this piece is closed off. There are gardens through that door. We can go out into the gardens. But we're coming up the third side of the cloisters. And if I go over here, then I can give you an idea of what he said standing up, what the cloisters actually look like. It is a beautiful sight. As I just pan round to the cathedral itself, and hopefully I can just climb down again. Okay, 1, 2, we're down. Okay, so now on our right, and it will be described in a moment on this poster here, this is the chapter house. And the chapter house, we can sort of look through the glass, but that's where there is one of the copies of the Magna Carta from 1215. And it's one of the original copies made at the time of the original. It's one of only 3 existing copies of the Magna Carta. And if you go through that doorway, then you can read and see the story of the Magna Carta. And then you can read the document itself, which of course is in Latin, which is where a Latin education comes in handy. And now we're going down the fourth side. What I'm going to do now is, because this is a YouTube video player, is I'm going to fast forward to here, possibly here. And I'm going to show you the outside of the cathedral. The cloisters. As we go around, and there's nobody walking around here, we're quite safe until I get to the edge. Then what I'm going to try and do is go up, and if I zoom out,
you get some idea of what the cathedral actually looks like. I'm just going to try and adjust here because I do want to get it. That's it. I'm going right to the top of the spire, and it will be cold up there today, and then coming down. Sorry for being juddery, but we're actually coming down the external walls of the cathedral. Okay, so it is the 21st December.
Right, so as it said, it's great fun to actually go out and shoot video using your mobile phone and the gimbal. And all the videos that you're actually seeing are actually on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and you type in my name, not now, of course, but if you go to YouTube, type in my name, then you'll find all the videos I've made. I've been to Portsmouth, I've been to Stonehenge, I've been to Salisbury, as you can see. I've been all around Wiltshire. Every time around Gallifrey I go out, I actually do take these with me. Now, you notice when I was doing that narration, I actually did a narration on top of the video to give an explanation of what you're actually seeing. And the ability to do that, just let me put this gimbal back in its case, just a second. I want to bring this back in. I want to hide the video. Okay, I'm going to put the gimbal back in its case. So the gimbal goes back in its case. The gimbal also has, as it's back in its case, a miniature stand which screws into the bottom. It's a tripod stand, and it means you can use the gimbal in a static position. Okay, put that back, put that into the case, and fasten the case up. Okay, now I do a narration over and above the video, and in order to be heard, I could use the microphone in my mobile phone, but that's not quite good enough to actually get the quality of voice that you want. What you actually need is one of these, which is, I put it on screen, is a lapel microphone. Now, the lapel microphones are very, very easy to use, but they do give you a quality sound. Yeah. What happens, I'm trying to find it. Okay, this is the lapel microphone carrying case from Power Device, and if I open this up, forward thinking from Power Device has meant that I can take this cable out and it's not knotted up, because they put this, it's only the simple things, it actually ties the cable together. Now, the lapel microphone has two parts. Okay, the microphone, which has a crocodile clip which clips onto your clothing. In summer, it clips onto your t-shirt. In winter, it clips onto your outer clothing. That's step one. Step two is at the other end of this cable is an audio connector, and you just put that into your phone. Okay, and there, that's it. Okay, what's happened just by doing that is that the microphone is now this one instead of the phone microphone, and the phone microphone is not working while this is plugged in. Okay, you've actually improved the quality of your recording, your voice, well, by a huge amount. Okay, I got a lapel microphone when to do my Udemy courses. They may not be expensive, but they are effective. Okay, because as this is on your clothing and up against your body, it absorbs a lot of the background sound. The other thing is that even though you could put your phone on one direction, this is preferable in terms of, well, basically in terms of quality. Okay, and what you're doing is you're going from a personal video to a semi-professional video just by using an external microphone. Very important. The external microphone I'm talking about, you'll see, is down in the carousel. Just give me a second. I'm going to pick my iPad up. is down in the carousel. It is 35.45, which is 41% off. Okay, so if you click the link in the carousel, this lapel microphone is 41% off, and that's it. That's the orange that you should be looking for. And I love on the back of the case, it's the little things that count. It says words can change lives, record them perfectly. And that's what this microphone does. It records your words perfectly. Now, it's not restricted to using as a microphone for a mobile phone. Once you've got one of these, you can use it for your live broadcast on desktop. There's no reason why not. I used to. For 3 years, I used one of these as my microphone. Yeah. It's just such high quality. So, microphone. So, you've got the gimbal. Okay. You've got the microphone. There's one other thing that you actually need in terms of mobile broadcasting to become between semi-professional and professional. Yeah. And that is this. Okay. And I'm just going to flick the carousel. Right, and tell you a tale of woe, true story. We were down in Portsmouth, which is in the south of England, and we'd done the grand tour, which we go around everywhere first, and I get let loose with the mobile phone and the gimbal. And Portsmouth Royal Naval Dockyards was the home of the British Royal Navy until 1992, when it moved up to Scotland. Berthed at the dockyards is HMS Warrior, HMS Victory, which took part in the Battle of Trafalgar and is being restored, and the Murray Rose, which was commissioned by Henry VIII, and the ship sank. It was lifted from the seabed and brought to Portsmouth, and it's being restored. Now, I was walking around with the gimbal, my mobile phone. We filmed HMS Warrior, we filmed HMS Victory, and then I'm just going round the corner from HMS Victory, and all of a sudden, the picture on my phone went, and then the sound on my phone went, and the phone went. Which is why I now carry this unit in my rucksack. It's down the carousel. It's a portable battery charger. Okay, and at the moment, okay, as you can see, at the moment, if I go like that, it's actually charging my Fitbit. So this is not just a portable power pack for mobile video. This is a power pack for charging anything. Charge this, charge the unit itself, and then you can just plug in using the USB-C cable any device which accepts USB-C, and it will recharge it. Okay, absolutely brilliant. And my Fitbit is now charged. Okay, I know it's 100%. It was 81% earlier. I know it's now 100%. I'm in my studio, and I've got a comment, and I'm happy to be joined. Just get my Fitbit on. I'm happy to be joined by Roland Millward. Sorry, Roland. I'm coming towards the end of this broadcast. That's my excuse. Good afternoon, Roland. Roland is in Wiltshire, in England, as am I, and you are watching. You're watching Steven live from Wiltshire, in England, and we just talked about microphones. I'm going to put this lapel microphone. I'm going to unplug it. If you unplug it, then unplug it from your phone. Your phone gets its own microphone back, and that's it, really. Yeah. So an external microphone, the power pack, gimbal. That's it. You're fully equipped. There's no more equipment that you actually need to actually do mobile broadcasting. Right. I mentioned a month ago this. This is my Fitbit, and this is the action part of lights, camera, action. And I'm just going to talk about Fitbits for a moment or three. Okay. This is my Fitbit Inspire 2. And the Fitbit Inspire 2 today is 10% off. It's $89.95. Yeah. This. Okay. Right. No more comments since. I've had Fitbits for the last 8 years. It's how I stay fit. It's how I get fit. It's just by walking. If you walk around your house, you will do about 1,500, 2,000 steps a day if you don't go outside. That's between 3/4 and 1 mile, 1 mile a day. To stay fit, you need to be doing a little bit more than that. How much more is up to you. The job of a Fitbit is to actually measure your steps. Okay. And once you buy a Fitbit, there is no subscription fee. Okay. So the price you pay is the price that's down in the carousel. This is then yours for life without any further payments. That's important because some devices do have a subscription service which follows. Now, Fitbit is owned by Google, which means that Google thought Fitbit was so good, they actually bought the company. Okay, can't get better recommendation than that. YouTube, sorry, this time to go nearly. Then Google actually buying Fitbit. And I use this every day. I try and do 4 miles a day, 8,000 steps. But the thing about this is actually buying this is just the beginning. When you go to Fitbit.com and you actually register your Fitbit, you'll find that you can actually join the community. Now this, I'm going to show you something because it's Friday. Just a minute. Let's set this up if we can. I'm going to go over somewhere and I'll show you. Just give me a second. Just talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so I've got that and I don't need that anymore, so I can close that. Okay, so I'm just waiting for the website to load. So just give me a second and I'm going onto the website. This is the Fitbit website and I'm going to continue. And okay, in a second, it should let me in. Tis me. Okay, and go there again. It's because it is a very good comprehensive website, which I'm going to share with you now. Okay, we got there in the end. Just a minute. So I'm going to do a screen share. I'm going to share that tab. Okay, and go over here and come back to my studio. This is the action bit of the broadcast. We're talking about Fitbits, and I'm going to go here, take myself off full screen, and we're basically going to go and hide that again and go picture in picture. When you get the Fitbit, you register the Fitbit for your warranty, and then you have your own dashboard on the side. You can connect with people. Okay, Fitbit has a very active community. Now, the thing about the community is it's not a passive community. It's not of how do I use my Fitbit. It's basically I take part in 2 challenges a week, a weekday challenge and a weekend challenge, Monday through Friday or Saturday and Sunday. The idea is it's a group of people who get to know each other over time, who challenge each other to do the most steps. Now, I'm not going to be at the top or the bottom. I'm going to be somewhere in the middle, but it's a challenge. And the thing is, it's the encouragement that you need to actually stay active. Getting a Fitbit is one thing. Using it is quite another. Being part of a Fitbit community means that you've got people supporting you. If I go out, and I will be going out for a 6-mile walk tomorrow, then people on Fitbit in my community, my friends in the challenge, will see that I've done 6 miles and they'll cheer me on. Okay, it's a very supportive community. It's people cheering people on. it is a community run by the community for the community. There is no charge for this. Okay. Next to that, you can see that it can measure your sleep. Okay. And if you wear your Fitbit at night, it can measure your sleep pattern. It will show you your various rhythms throughout the night. It will show you when you woke up, whether you knew you woke up or not. It will show your full sleeping pattern. And if you wait for 3 days up to bed, it will then provide you with advice based upon your sleep pattern. Okay. The next one is 60,000 steps, which is 30 miles. And basically that is saying that the most steps I've done in a day was 60,000 steps. Okay. Now those 60,000 steps were done in one day, 30 miles. And I'm quite proud of that. I do enjoy walking marathons, and I'm just happy to do this. This is a medal, and this is a medal for the Sarsen Trail, which is a marathon which runs from Avebury Stone Circle to Stonehenge, 26 miles, 385 yards, walking for charity. I wouldn't run a marathon. Okay, don't get me to run, but I will walk a marathon. No problem at all. And at the end of the marathon, once you've finished it, once you get across the last mile of the marathon is not go there. It is an achievement to actually walk. Now, you may say the marathon's 26 miles and you did 30 miles. I may have wandered a bit, but I did finish. Okay. The next is, if you want to have a weight loss program, then you can tell your Fitbit what your ideal weight is. And you can also record a food diary. Okay, all of this is free. Yeah, you've got the Fitbit, all of this is free. Then, as you can see, the next part of it is heart rate and how active you've been. Now, I've been active, we're only halfway through today. I've been active for the last 28 days. Okay, and then how many steps per day? And we're in winter, but I can show you if I press see more. It shows you how many steps you've done today, and I've walked 2.62 miles today. How many steps you've done this week, and I have done 15 miles this week. How many steps you've done this month? Okay, 75 miles this month. And how many steps you've done in the last year? I've done 861 miles in the last 12 months. My aim in 2022 is to do 1,000 miles in a year. And I do that because I have the Fitbit measuring what I do. Everything that I've shown you is free. You've got the Fitbit, it's yours. And every additional thing that I've shown you is free to use. Okay, let me just turn this sideways. So that's the Fitbit Inspire 2, $89.95. It is 10% off today. Now, this is my 4th Fitbit. Yeah, I've had 4 of these. Back from the time when it used to be a lozenge, then it got a strap. Now, as far as the strap's concerned, this is the strap that the Fitbit Inspire 2 comes with as standard. You can get designer straps. It is a watch as well as being step counter, and it's this is the gift of health, either to yourself, to a relative, or to a friend. The gift of health and happiness in 2022. A Fitbit. Nobody expects to get a Fitbit, okay? But it does encourage people, and I'm evidence of that, to actually go out walking and walk 26 miles in a day. Slightly mad, but I'm eccentric, so what? But I am fit, and it's the Fitbit that's kept me fit. I've had 4 Fitbits, and I can tell you, because you're here, I can tell you that my next Fitbit is going to be the one down the carousel, which is the Fitbit Versa 2, and the Fitbit Versa 2 has GPS. Okay, now I use Strava to do a map of where I've been. The Fitbit Versa has the map, which is absolutely brilliant, and that today the Fitbit Versa is 19% off. So that's my next Fitbit, and I'll be buying that in the next 3 months or so. Yeah, to upgrade the Fitbit. And over to Roland. There's nothing quite like a fit eccentric. Well, I admit to being both. I don't have a problem with that. And a bit of eccentricity does all good. Okay. Thank you, Roland. It helps. It helps. We live in a convoluted, confusing at times world, and we create our own reality out of it. And that's the way that we get from one day to another. I'm an eternal optimist, always will be. And I always try to get the most out of every day. Fitbit helps to do that. And I've shown you 2 Fitbits. And basically, they are just part of my way of life. Okay. I did use it to monitor my sleep pattern, and I made adjustments accordingly. I have occasionally used it as a food diary. Yeah. All the things in the back office, which are behind Fitbit, which are useful to us, which drive us and motivate us, are included in the price. And if I didn't say it before, I'm going to say it again now. Fitbit is owned by Google. Okay, time to take the medal off. Okay, I've got 7 of these hung up on the wall. Walking is a way of life. Walking is a way to stay fit. Okay. Now, as I said earlier, the things that I actually have in my carousel, I either own, or in the case of the Fitbit, I'm going to own. And one of the best things I bought this year is this. I'm going to bring it up on screen. You've seen it before. I'm going to hide that. And I'm going to bring this up on screen. Okay, you see the medal there. The medal's still got to be put away. My desk, after I've done an Amazon Live, is just crammed full of things where they are not where they should be. Okay. This is my second camera. And this camera is, just a minute, just need to adjust something. Bear with me a moment. This camera is the OBSBot Tiny camera. Okay, so you've been watching Logitech Brio. I'm going to take that off screen, and I'm going to leave the screen with the OBSBot full screen. Now, when you think about cameras and you think about Logitech Brio and the 920, 922, 925 and 930, the thing about them is, the thing about those cameras, now on the OBSBot Tiny camera, the thing about those cameras is that they have a 65, 78 and 90 degree field of vision. Okay, you can have any of those 3 settings. The OBSBot is totally different. The OBSBot Tiny is a lively camera because the OBSBot Tiny can have presets. First of all, it's got a 270 degree field of view, not 90. It's got 270, which means that with the OBSBot, you can go from location 1, which is the desktop, yeah. And hopefully that is shown correctly, yeah. Then you can come back to me. Hello. And then you can go over to the wall. 270 degrees. And that's an Under Armour rucksack. And this here is a 5'5" iPad stand, which is down the carousel. If you're thinking of standing up and actually broadcasting on your iPad, this is the device you want. It's down the carousel. But the Oswald Tiny has got these 3 preset locations, okay? And I can always bring it back to me. Chess set over there is just to distract you, really. It is a beautiful chess set made in Cyprus. We brought it back from Cyprus 25 years ago. And I just like having it there. If you want to challenge me to a game of chess, then please do so. Right, now, the thing is I've changed cameras and I've got to look at a different camera. So I'm now looking at a different camera. I just want to check something. Okay, yeah. Now, the Oswald Tiny is a PTZ camera. Okay. Pan, tilt, and zoom. Looking at the camera. But the other magic thing about the Obspot is that it's got tracking. It has artificial intelligence, which means that I can stand up and the Obspot will in fact follow me wherever I go. And if I walk over here, the Obspot will follow me and it will keep my face in focus. Okay, so I can come back. I can come back and I can talk directly to the camera, and you'll notice that as I move, the headroom is being adjusted automatically. Okay, all I need to now is keep still. Now, the thing about being stood up with a camera is that you have more energy. That's why when you're in a seminar and someone stands up to speak, they're speaking stood up because they can put more energy into their speech, okay, than they could if they were sat down. And it's the same with presenting on camera. It's more energetic to actually be stood up presenting on camera. Show you what I mean. Okay, so get the camera to follow me. Headroom. I'm in the middle. Okay, over here, down in the carousel, if you just switch along a bit, these are Aftershok's headphones. Okay, and I can actually demonstrate stood up. Okay, Aftershok's headphones. First of all, when you put them on, they go over your ear. They do not go in your ear canal. They do not irritate you. I've lost count of the number of earphones that I've either lost or when I've been wearing for an hour or two, they've been irritating. These are not irritating. These go over your ears and they are bone conducting headphones, and the sound goes through your skull. The airwaves go through your skull just as they go through your ear canal, and the quality of sound, whilst it's not hi-fi, is very good. So you can listen to your favorite music, your favorite podcast, whilst you're out and about. These are made to be outdoors. Okay, they're, first of all, you don't have to have this color of blue. You can have any color you like that's on the Amazon.com page when you press the link in the carousel. They're waterproof. Okay, and that means that you can go out when it's raining. You can go walking, running, jogging, or cycling when it's raining. Wear these, not a problem. The other thing is, because they're not in your ears, you can hold a conversation with the person next to you. You can hear the traffic all around you. You can hear the silent cyclist coming up behind you. Yeah. Control-wise, there are duplicate controls on either ear for switching on and off and for increasing and decreasing volume. Okay. You can take and make phone calls. You can voice dial your calls, and you can take a call with just one click. These were made for outdoors. These are made for jogging, walking, running, cycling. It is just perfect fit. I forget I'm wearing these. They're so light. They're not going to irritate my ears. Just classic design, classic. Okay, so I can take those off. We're actually talking about how we're actually talking about the Obspot camera, and the Obspot camera is my new favorite camera because it tracks. I mean, I'm going to put the chair back now so I can sit down, but it will actually track. I may have knocked something there. It'll actually track it'll track my every movement. Okay, and I can stand anywhere in the room and I can talk about this picture of Avebury Stone Circle, yeah, built around the same time as Stonehenge 4,500 years ago. It's bigger than Stonehenge. There is a village inside the circle and the pub. And Norlands knows this. Right, okay. So this is my new favourite camera. It's the, just a minute, it's the Obspot Tiny. It's the Obspot Tiny. It's down in the carousel. It's 100. It is today a bargain. Today it is 10% off. Okay, so you've had now a demonstration of the Obspot Tiny. I'm going to switch back to my main camera, which is the Logitech Brio. So I've got, just a minute. Yeah. Okay. Right. Osprey Tiny is my new favorite camera, and you can do so much with it. One final thing about that, you can actually turn the Osprey camera upside down, fix it to a bracket on the wall, and you can actually film a teacher in front of a class as they move about and give a lesson. And that's Osprey Tiny. Okay, so there you have it. You have been watching Lights Camera Action with Steven from Wiltshire in England. Okay, I just want to leave you with this. I'm going to hide that. I'm going to take that off. I just want to say another thank you, because my studio